Yay, I'm here. Oh, coughing is a great way to start off a live vlog. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's all I need to say. Okay, move on to the next or the last discussion. Very sad, very um um stressed, very I feel insane. I feel super insane. It's gonna be definitely like something to focus on because I don't know. She said that everybody did good on the first test, but with this amount of information, maybe not. Like we just finished, we're like just finished learning the material today, and our test is in 2 days. Like, how am I supposed to? I don't know. It's okay. We're gonna start on fungal nutrition. That sounds disgusting, but it's good because I'm not eating. So, we're just gonna talk about fungal nutrition. Not like eating fungus, but we're learning about a lot of fungus. Oh yeah, because this is chapter 31 about fungi. It's like so fun, you know. Oh, was that a pun? Oh my gosh. I don't want to make puns. I already started this off. I started this life off so bad. Like I started off with a cough, and then now I'm gonna start it off with a freaking pun. This is not good. My life is not good. Let me chase the lightning because no, that's too. Okay. My eyes are hurting. Okay, so we have. What does that even mean? See, I think I'm paying attention to class, but then like I have to search up something. I already searched up a freaking Venn diagram earlier. Like, okay, let's see. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it now. Okay, so heterotrophs, they're heterotrophs, they're saprophytic, and they're decomposers. So basically, what this means is they don't make their own food, but they also like decompose their food, hence decomposers. But they also like absorb the nutrients, which I believe is the saprophytic part. Man, can I pronounce stuff today? It's okay. But they don't eat their food, they absorb organic matter. Oh, that's what saprophytic means. Cool. Very nice. So the parasites, some of them are pathogenic. So for example, the zombie fungus that I talked about earlier that I wanted to happen to me. Yeah, yeah. Basically that's it. Fungus is not very nice. The parasites. Anyways, some are mutualists, so it means that they absorb nutrients from a host, but also reciprocate with beneficial actions for the host. So it's kind of like children, hopefully. Like, if I have a child, she's gonna absorb all my money, you know? Like, she's gonna take so much money and be broke by the time like she's done with me. But I hope she does something good for me too, like, brings me happiness, or like brings me joy in my day, brings me good grades, brings me like a cupcake maybe sometimes when I'm like sad. I don't know. Well, what would I get sad about? Like the state of like the economy maybe? I don't know. What do grown ups talk about anyways? Like politics, economy, freaking cryptocurrency. I don't know what that is by the way. Like cryptocurrency is like if it has the word crypt in it, I don't want to deal with it. Is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like if kids are gonna be gross like fungus, if kids are gonna be gross like fungus and make me deal with changing their diapers every day and be crusty, musty, dusty, I hope they like help me somehow if they're gonna like absorb all my money, nutrients. Don't like yeah, they like absorb nutrients from their mother, right? So if they're gonna absorb my nutrients and my money, I hope they reciprocate. I hope they're mutualists. I hope they're not parasites. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's talk about the fungal structure. This is very fun when I like tie in my education to my personal life because I'm gonna go off. I don't know why I'm coughing this whole time. I brought myself hot water for a reason. Ew, I don't like that sound. Okay. Oh dear. I like brought myself hot water and made myself tea, and I just didn't pay attention. It's not good. Okay. Oof. So, oh yeah. So the fungal structure, the most common is multicellular filaments or single cells. So like yeast. Yeast is single cellular or unicellular. And the the morphology of fungi, which is like the way that they shape their body or like the way that they look. A fungi allows for spreading and dispersal of nutrient acquisition. So cell walls are made of chitin, which is strong and flexible polysaccharides. So yeah, so the common characteristics is they're multicellular filaments or single cells, and they have spores pretty much, and they have cell walls made of chitin. That should help you remember. I'm gonna die. Like, let me get distracted for like 2 seconds. All right. Let's see. Okay, hyphae. We're talking about hyphae today, or the singular is hypha. So it's a network of tiny connected filaments that collectively make up the mycelium, which is the mass network of hyphae in a fungus. Hyphae are divided into cells by septa. It's hard to remember. So basically, hyphae in a mycelium looks like a neural network, like just branches and branches. I'm cry. Okay, anyways. They're tiny connected filaments. So just think of like a neural network, yeah. And the entire network would be the mycelium, and the hyphae actually divide into cells by septa. So yeah, the cross walls. So septate hypha have septa, and choanocytic choanocytic hypha lack septa. So not all hyphae have septa. It's just septate hypha. All right, and then we're going to talk about the mycelia, which is like mycelium. They're it infiltrates material when the fungus feeds. So it maximizes the surface area to volume ratio. 1 cubic centimeter of soil has 1 kilometer of hyphae, which is crazy. I think that's crazy. So yeah, and the fungus prioritizes resources into adding into fungal length for the nutrient absorption since they can move around because fungus they can't move. So they try to like expand their mycelium just to like feed off of things more, you know? It's kind of like if you're able to like grow your arm super long and like pretend you can only grab things, right? But like you couldn't bend and stuff. You can't like just grab like, but you could only like grab like right here, you know, or like you would like absorb nutrients through your whole arm, right? But you can't like absorb a lot with short arms like mine. You have to grow them super long so you can absorb all of them. That's basically what a mycelium is. And so that's why the fungus will prioritize growing that mycelium so it would kind of like be like a long arm to absorb all the nutrients. So like the longer it is, the more surface area and and the more nutrients that it can absorb and it can be healthy. So there's specialized hyphae. So there's something called arbuscules, And these are branching hyphae that allows fungi to exchange nutrients with plants, like living plants. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like Instagram, where you can exchange messages with living people. There's mycorrhizae, which is mycorrhizae is like it's not a hyphae, it's an association. It's an intimate association of the fungus and plant roots. So I guess arbuscules allow for mycorrhizae. Basically plants get nutrients quicker and fungi gets organic nutrients. So it's like mutualism. There's mycorrhizal fungi. There's two types. There's ectomycorrhizal fungi, which form ectomycorrhizal fungi. They form sheaths of hyphae over the surface of plant roots, and they can grow into extracellular spaces of the root cortex. And yeah, anyways, and then there's ectomycorrhizal. Okay, so I guess ecto would be outside, and then rhizal would mean like pertaining to the root. So it forms sheaths of hyphae. Sheets or sheaths? Sheaths of hyphae. Ooh, excuse me. Over the plant roots and can grow into. Okay, so basically they surround the roots of plants, I think. And then there's arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, which extend arbuscules. Oh yeah, through root cell wall and into tubes. And I didn't know what they're formed by because my professor skipped past the slides class. So I'm gonna go back and try to look at it. So don't worry about that. So the spores of fungi can be carried by wind or water to a moist environment and form mycelium. So they can pretty much form mycelium anywhere. They just gotta have a moist environment and the spores gotta be present. So I think my professor said that I could just like carry a moist watermelon, leave it out, and there'll be mold on it. It'd be pretty cool to watch. Well, you're not watching mold form. I mean, who has that time? Who has time for that? But I'm saying like you'll see the result of whatever happened. There's fungal sexual reproduction. So fungi can have both a sexual and asexual reproduction. It's initiated. So we're talking about sexual reproduction right now on fungus, says fungi. So this is initiated when hyphae form two mycelia and release pheromones. So yeah, kind of like this sexual reproduction, but with the mycelia. And they grow as filamentous fungi that produce haploid spores by mitosis, and basically this is mold. Mold is a little baby. They grow as they can also grow as single-celled yeast via budding. So yeast are just like singular, but like budding basically is like it's one cell, right? And then there's a cell that grows from that, cell that grows from that. So that's basically what yeast does. So it can either grow as filamentous or single cell. Again, fungi are either filamentous, multicellular, or single celled. If fungi don't have sexual reproduction, it's called a deuteromycete. So if you hear the word mycete, it means fungus, pretty much. But yeah, if fungi it just only does asexual reproduction, which I would recommend, except for like conjugation that has like the sex pilus. I would definitely recommend like being a deuteromycete for sure. It's like Deuteronomy in the Bible. It's very holy. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of phyla, and this is like kind of hard to get into, and I don't want to get into it right now, but I'm gonna finish this so I can like say other stuff. But I will say I skipped one because I thought it wasn't important, so I have to go back to the slides and like look at it. But we're just gonna go through the phyla we have right here. So then we have Microsporidae. sporidens, and they're unicellular parasites, and there's an example, Nosema cernae. So it's a honeybee parasite. Not nice. There's chytrids. It's ubiquitously in lake and soil environments, and they have flagellated species. So zoospores. I don't know how to pronounce, but just know that they have flagellated spores, and those are called zoospores. I'm gonna call it zoospores, okay? And there's a example, and it's kind of long, Bactrocochytrium species. Causes skin infections in frogs and amphibians. That's not very nice. It's a long name. Sounds like a freaking Harry Potter spell. Like, of course it would cause skin infections in frogs and amphibians. But anyways, kind of build off of that, mycosis is any infection by a fungal parasite. So you ever have like a fungal infection, you're going through mycosis. Not mitosis, not meiosis, but mycosis. And that's pretty freaky. Like, I feel bad for you. Like, if you ever go through mycosis, definitely let me know. We can talk it out. I can be your personal unlicensed therapist, and you can tell me all about your mycosis. So we have zoopagomyces. These are multicellular, parasitic, and they're also symbiotic in animals. I'm gonna cry. My throat hurts. My throat hurts so bad. It's gonna not work. Never. Like, oh my god. Sorry, my phone is getting blown up. Not blown up, but I need to get back to some people because I haven't checked my phone in like 5 hours. Okay. I already talked about. Okay, okay. So they're multicellular, parasitic, or symbiotic, and they produce zygosporangium. Pretty nice. So it houses and protects the zygote during sex reproduction, sexual reproduction. So it's kind of like a little green bean, you know. Like, here, let me think. It's like a seed, actually, not a green bean. I'm not talking about green beans right now. It's kind of like a seed, how it like the outside layer protects like the embryo on the inside. So this it's called a zygosporangium. So it houses and protects the zygote during sexual reproduction. So like instead of saying seed, say zygosporangium and sound like a nerd, like a real Asian, you know. Anyways, we're gonna talk about mucormycetes. These are fast-growing molds involved in food rotting. So we have example Rhizopus stolonifer. This is a bread mold. So yeah, you wanna learn about that, you can grow it at home and eat it if you want, but I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think anybody would, but I mean, if you've tried bread mold and you like it, then I mean, I don't see why not. It's not gonna be good for you, like objectively. But I mean, if you've tried it and if you find benefit, you could, I don't know, write a comment underneath the video and tell me about your experience. The ascomycetes, which are sac fungi, they produce ascospores in sac-like structures called asci, and the fruiting body is called ascocarp. So it's just like a whole bunch of asco stuff. Candida are sexual spores of the species Nemospora crassa, and it's another bread mold. And it's produced at the tips of specialized hyphae, which are called connidophores. So candida are produced at connidophores, which are hyphae. of these species. We have Basidiomycetes. These are basically mushrooms, you know? They have they have a reproductive appendage called the basidium, and they produce spores on the gills of mushrooms, and this is where karyogamy occurs. So um, mushrooms have that, and it's like an important decomposer of wood and plant material. So it decomposes lignin, which is in wood, and the fruiting body is. Did I already say this? Basidocarp? No, I said ascocarp. Carp, I guess carp is body, right? Corp is body, but let's just say carp is fruiting body. So the fruiting body is basidocarp, which is pretty simple because ascocarp, the fruiting body, basidiocarp, fruiting body of Basidiomycetes. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about Aspergillus niger, which is black mold. So you get symptoms close to the cold and the flu. You don't want black mold. Actually, you might want it, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't, and you probably shouldn't. If you want to not have cold and cough like me for like 2 weeks straight. Okay, last one. I'm so excited. Well, we have like a few more things to like, or I have a few more things to go over, like outside of the stream. And I'll like write it down, but as of right now, I only have one more thing to say. So lichens, we have lichens. It's called lichen. I don't know. Lichen, which let's say lichen. Anyways, this is a meiotic. They're associated with photosynthetic microorganisms and fungus. So basically, they have a relationship with microorganisms. Yeah, it's like a little collab. All right, I'm gonna go and do all of my assignments and wish me luck. I hope I can get some sleep tonight. But yeah, thanks for. I don't know, I'm talking to myself. Thanks for studying today. You're doing good.